Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Sophie Gravel from Next Move Games.
Hello.
I'm playing B and Eggert Spiele, looking at Beez, non-final, not production copy version of Beez, designed by Dan Halstead for 2 to 4 players.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a Next Move game. Mm-hmm. It's the next game in the Next Move line, so the one that has Azul and Reef. This is a fast play. It's about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how long people think about it. It's true.
Yes.
It does cause some people to think, just like in Azul, a bit too long sometimes. So the object of the game is to gain the most points, and you gain points by having your little bees fly over to flowers, collect nectar, bring them back to the hive, and then score points depending on your objective cards.
Okay.
Did you know that to make 500 grams of honey, one bee must fly 40,000 times from one flower to another? 40,000 times. Do you know what that is the average around the Earth?
40,000 times?
3 times the orbit of the Earth.
Oh, all right.
To make 500 grams of honey.
Thank
So the
you.
good thing here is, thank you, Beez. The good thing here is there's not only one, there's a few of them.
Okay.
So that might fast track the process a bit. So you have 3 objectives, 3 decks of objective cards. This one is easier, one is a bit difficult, and the third one is really difficult.
Okay.
At the beginning of the game, each player gets one of each, looks at them, takes 2, discards 1.
Okay.
And we flip over one of the objective cards for every level, and these objectives are for all the players to share. And I have 2 secret objectives, and you do too.
Okay.
What does an objective say, for example? If I take this card, it says that for every red nectar I would have collected in my hive, I get 2 points. Okay, seems easy? Not so much. On your turn, you always do the same thing. You determine where you're going to fly your bee. Mm-hmm. Then you move, you collect nectar, the little ones or the big ones, I'll explain to you how, and then you place it in your hive. But there's a few twists, of course. So let's say I'm the blue. I play blue. So currently I have this, I call this a bee control tower, but maybe it has another name at the end.
Okay.
So
With a non-final bee that's all yellow.
Yeah, bees are not completely yellow, and they don't have white wings. So this is just a
They're not made of plastic either. But
No, they're not
I don't
made
think
of
you can
plastic.
change that. But.
Not much, no. But it will be black and white with a black head, and it will have transparent wings.
Okay.
But this is what I have to work with today.
Okay.
So the bee tower is oriented in the same. It has the same orientation as where the bee is flying. If you see on the control tower, it says that forward you cannot move.
Okay.
Because it means you've already flown forward on the last turn. So if you move in this direction, you can either move from 1 space or 5. If you go into this direction, you can do 2 or 4.
Not 1 to 4,
No,
1 to
this will
5,
change.
it's 1 or 5.
I've had this comment a few times, and I agree. This looks like it's 1 to 5.
Yes.
It should be a slash and say 1 to 5 or 5, which
Okay.
makes it much clearer, and it will change. If you fly in this way, you do 3 moves. So let's make an example here. I want to fly in this direction too. So the first thing I do, I turn my bee into this direction, and then I fly 2 or 4 spaces. 1, 2, I could say 3, 4, and I land here. I collect this nectar and I bring it to my hive. Now, I've moved 4 spaces. I must place this nectar on a space that has a 4.
Okay.
I cannot put it here. I need to put it on the 4 space. Once I've finished moving my bee, I put my control tower in the same orientation as the bee on the board. So it says that on the next round, I cannot fly forward because that's a do not fly.
It's a very
sign.
bee way to fly.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's just zipping all around.
Exactly. You're zipping from one flower to another and collecting.
Okay.
Now, the next move I make, that's where it gets a little tricky. The next nectar I will pick, I need to place it adjacent to one that's already existing. So if I pick a 1, if I move 1, if I collect anything, I cannot put it.
Okay.
And so this is where it gets tricky. And the objective cards are, now I didn't look at what I had here, but this says, for example, can you read this? Well, now I can't see you.
That's right. 4 points for every 3 different nectar tokens grouped
in a row.
as a triangle.
As a triangle.
That's what this says. Grouped as a triangle.
Oh, this is wrong because it should
It's
show
in a
as
row.
a triangle.
Yes.
So it should say in a row. As I
That's
said,
right.
this is not a finish. So it would be like this. If I manage to collect this, for example, I would
4
have
points.
4 points.
Okay.
And then I score this at the end. And this is a mid card or a simple card. And then you have this, for example, this one where you need 12 of the same right in the middle to get 12 points.
Okay.
Okay? And you combine these secret to the 3 ones that are... Game ends once one player has collected 12 nectars on in his hive.
Okay.
There's one more round to the next player. Score.
Okay.
The one who has the most points made out of his objective wins the game.
Okay. And the large ones, how do they differ
It's
from the small? Or
it's
do they matter?
No, it matters when you pick them up. So, for example, let's say I had managed to move this bee here in the middle and land right in the middle. I take the one from the middle and then I take one which I want, wherever I want. Yeah, and I have to place both of them.
Okay.
In size, it doesn't matter, but it's just I got 2.
Okay.
2 nectars.
All right.
And they're available, there's much less of these than there are of the little ones.
Right.
And once they're gone, they're gone.
All right.
The cool thing, one more cool thing about the game is that this is the suggested first setup. But of course you can, as long as you put the starting tile in the middle, and then you can move this garden and make it in a different shape, and it brings more or different challenges.
Okay. Yes, with a random setup each time for how everything goes.
Exactly.
All right. Very nice. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
For our overview of Beez, coming from Dan Halstead and Next Move Games, I believe at Origins?
Yeah, it's releasing
Origins Game Fair, mid-June 2020. Thank you.